This is the most expensive dish in the world, but each person can only eat it once in their lifetime. Just as the VIPs were eagerly awaiting the dish to be served, the waiter brought out an empty plate before everyone could recover from the shock. The head chef called out the chef who had prepared the dish and revealed the truth about it. This moment scared the VIPs half to death. But the chefs observed 3 seconds of silence. Then they carried the body wrapped in a sheet into the kitchen. After a quarter of an hour, plate after plate of fragrant steak was served. At this point, the head chef no longer held back and revealed that the reason they had been invited to this feast was that the ingredients were actually themselves. Upon hearing this, everyone was trembling with fear. A wealthy man even tried to get up and leave, but he was stopped as soon as he reached the door. The manager said that all the boats had already left, and that no one would be leaving the island tonight. The wealthy man said he could call a private plane to pick him up.
Which hand will you handle this, left or right?
The wealthy man finally realized how terrifying this place was, and tried to force his way out without saying a word. But the next second, he was pinned to the table by bodyguards. Then a chef walked over with a kitchen knife. Indeed, upon witnessing this scene, everyone finally realized that the head chef wasn't joking. But at that moment, Anna suddenly noticed that her boyfriend Jack was quietly eating his meal, as if this wasn't his first time here. To figure out what was going on, Anna mustered her courage and walked over to the head chef, asking him why he was doing this. But the head chef asked her who she was, and pointed out that she wasn't on the guest list. However, this didn't affect anyone's meal. He even threatened that no one would survive past midnight. Anna hurriedly asked if she could join the chef's team, but the head chef said that even the chefs would die. It was only then that Anna realized she had fallen into her boyfriend Jack's trap, as it was he who had brought her to this place. Some VIPs couldn't take it anymore, and tried to smash the windows with chairs to leave, but it was all in vain. Seeing that everyone wanted to resist, the head chef slowly walked up to a wealthy man. It turned out that the wealthy man was a regular here. Over the past 5 years, he had dined here 11 times. The head chef said he could let him leave, but he had to name one dish from the past 5 years. However, despite such a simple question, the wealthy man froze for a moment and couldn't answer. Soon after, the wealthy man was hung up with wings attached to him. One VIP tried to use money to leave, but he soon realized he had made a mistake, because the wealthy man was the world's richest person. The next moment, under everyone's terrified gaze, he was slowly dropped into the water and left this world in agony. Just as everyone present was despairing, the chef suddenly proposed playing a game with everyone and called everyone outside. He said he would give the men 45 seconds to escape. As soon as he finished speaking, a coward ran into the forest. Soon, everyone began to flee frantically. As the 45 seconds elapsed, the chefs began to chase after them. The VIPs initially thought they could survive, but they underestimated the chef's abilities. Soon, all the VIPs were recaptured. At this point, the head chef slowly approached Jack. He had already noticed that Anna was not on the invitation list. It was Jack who had used his ex-girlfriend's identity. Upon learning that Jack wanted to kill her, Anna beat him up, but this was not the place for a fight. Soon, the head chef dragged Jack into the kitchen and had him prepare a dish of lamb chops.
Wow. Wow. It's actually quite bad.
Immediately afterwards, the head chef whispered something in his ear and sent Jack to the back kitchen. Then the head chef said that the last dish, but the final dish, required an iron bucket. The chef asked Anna to go to his house to fetch it. He then had the manager give her the key. However, just as Anna was about to leave, she discovered that Jack was already dead. It was clear that this was the chef's punishment for him. Anna then entered the chef's room, where she found several photos on the wall. But strangely, the chef looked unhappy in every photo taken after he became famous. Only when he was an apprentice making cheeseburgers did he have a smile on his face. At that moment, Anna suddenly noticed that there was a radio there. Without hesitation, she used the radio to call for help and calmly returned to the restaurant. The chef still didn't know what was going on, but soon the sound of sirens could be heard outside. Soon, a police officer walked into the restaurant and asked who had called the police on the radio. However, the guests dared not speak. Only the head chef explained from the side, saying that everyone present was enjoying dinner. Just as the police officer was puzzled, the crowd suddenly became excited, accusing the head chef of trapping them there and hoping the police officer would rescue them. However, the police officer aimed his gun at the candle, then happily took the lighter and nonchalantly walked toward the kitchen. It was only then that everyone realized that this was just a show arranged by the head chef. Everyone fell into despair. However, Anna did not want to die yet. She thought of his photos, none of which showed him smiling, except for one taken when he was an apprentice, making a cheeseburger with a smile on his face. Anna decided to fight for her life. She immediately stood up. Anna said she was very hungry, and all she wanted now was a cheeseburger. The chef then recalled the feeling of being an apprentice. He went into the kitchen and started making a burger for Anna. Soon, a delicious burger was ready. He also gave Anna some fries. Watching Anna take a bite of the burger, the chef's heart was filled with anticipation.
Now that is a cheeseburger.
Hearing this, the chef's face lit up with a smile again, but Anna said the burger was too big for her to finish, and asked the chef to pack it up for her. At this point, the chef changed his tone, and packed the burger without hesitation. Then she turned and left the restaurant. She never imagined that by simply ordering a burger, she had inadvertently avoided a deadly crisis. The remaining guests weren't so lucky, but Anna left the island in a small boat. Watching the restaurant engulfed in flames in the distance, she realized that those people had met a tragic end.